Okay, if we look at the following here, if we just check the following, we are given that we have a sketch below, okay? And then the sketch is of f of x, and then it's also of g of x, okay? And then we should be careful here because people are used to which f of x is the parabolic function, and then g of x is the straight line. Here, the straight line it's f of x, okay? So you're given f of x as a straight line, and then you're given g of x as a parabolic function again. And then they say which C is a point, C is any point on F, and D, any point on G, such that DC is parallel to the y-axis again. Now, K is a value such that C lies above D. That's what they gave us. Okay? Now, I just want to give you a hint to say how to approach such questions here. Questions like this one here, I agree they told you this one is parallel to this one. So it means you are working on a vertical line. If you are working on a vertical line here, what can change here? X is not going to change. The X value is going to remain the same. But what can change is the Y value. Y value can change. I agree Y can be something, and then Y can also be something here. Now, the way we approach this question here, do the following. We are going to say whatever equation is on top, we are going to subtract it by whatever equation is at the bottom. So I agree we have two equations. So if they say to give us which one is going to be the length of DC, when this is how you give them the length of DC. It's like you are saying, I agree here you have X at C, and then you also have Y at C. And then here you have X at D, and then here you also have Y at D. So X is not going to change. So X is equals 0. We don't worry about X. So for us to get CD, we're going to say which the one at the top is C again. So we're going to have Y at C minus the Y at D. And then what is Y at C? Y at C is defined by f of x. So we know what is f of x. Like we said, f of x is equivalent to 2x plus 3 again. So we can call this Y at C. This is Y at C. I agree this equation here. Yeah, this is going to be Y at C. And then what is going to be Y at D? Y at D is going to be this equation here. So the way you do this equation, you just say CD is going to be given by, you will say you have 2x plus 3 minus open bracket. And then you're going to have this equation exactly the way it is. So you have minus 2x squared plus 14x plus k. And then from here, you'll say which DC is going to be given by 2x plus 3. And then you'll remove the brackets again. Negative and negative, it gives us plus 2x squared. Right. Negative and positive is going to give you minus 14x. Negative and positive is going to give you minus k. Okay. Then you can check which you have any like terms here, and then you will add them. So you have DC, which is going to be given as this one and this one again. What do you get for this one and this one? Minus 2x. Okay, so you'll have 2x squared. That's the first one again. And then after that, this one and this one are saying is minus 12x. Again. And then this one and this one, they're going to give what? Is going to give you plus 3 minus k again. Okay. Sure. So now they said that was the first question. The first question we were supposed to write down a simplified expression of CD in terms of x and k. So this is the simplified version in terms of x and k. So this is what they are going to give us a mark for. They are going to say, okay, 1 mark here, 1 mark here, and then 1 mark here. Okay, once you get this thing here, this is a parabolic function. This parabolic function here, it defines the length of DC. Now, in length of DC, we should be careful, guys. They were specific to say which C is any point on F. So C is not necessary here. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here. So you will see which such questions are going to be speaking about maximum. So they say which if the minimum length of DC is 5. If the minimum length of this thing is 5, then they want to know which one is going to be K again. Okay, now, if the minimum length is that, what we then have to do, Tina, here, if they're talking about minimum and maximum of a parabolic function, they're talking about the turning point. Once you see the word minimum, maximum, and then there's a parabolic function. I agree this is a parabolic function. So if this is a parabolic function, then you're going to get the turning point of this thing. ne? And then the minimum value is like they're saying the y value is this. That's what they're saying. The y value is going to be equaling to this. So now let's try to get the turning point here. How would you get the turning point? We have a turning point formula. Okay? According to this, what is A, what is B, what is C? We can play around with this. What is going to be our A?
A 2.
Yeah, and then we say A is going to be 2. Okay? What is B? Minus 12. And what is going to be C?
3
minus K.
3 minus K. Okay, sure. And then now we can then say, okay, let's finish this thing then. We're going to have minus B all over 2A. Okay? And then we'll come and say, okay, but now we know what is this. This is going to be minus open bracket. And then what do you get? Minus 12 all over. No?
2 multiplied by 2.
2 multiplied by 2. Okay? And then if you type this in your calculator, you have negative and negative, which is going to give you what? Positive again. And then look at what is happening. It's going to give us positive 3 again. Yeah. And then we get 3. Now, after you got this point, what were you doing, guys? Which turning point after getting x is 3? What do you do after that? You take this value. Yeah, you are going to take this value and then you're going to substitute it here. But they are telling you what is the y value. So they gave us the turning point now. What they gave us on the turning point when they said here, look at the following. When they were saying to you, when they were saying the minimum length is 5, né? They were trying to say to you, okay, the y value of the turning point, minimum value of the turning point, maximum value is the y value of the turning point. So in other words, they were telling you which you have 5 here. Tina, what we did now was to get x. Again. What is x? It's 3. Né? Now, what do they want? They want us to give them k. Again. How are we going to give them k then? We're going to say, oh, everywhere we see x, we are going to put what? 3. We put 3 here. We put 3 here. Again. We put 3 here. Né? And then DC, we know. They told us what is DC. What is DC? Yeah. So it means we are going to say we have 5, again, which is going to be equaling to. And then we're going to have 2 multiplied by 3 all squared. Minus 12 multiplied by 3 again. Plus 3 K. And then from here, you have 5, which is going to be equaling to. Now, if you say 3 all squared, it gives you 9 again. Multiplied by 2, it gives us what? 18 minus. If you say minus 12 multiplied by 3 is going to give us what? Minus 36 again. And then we have plus 3, which is going to be minus K again. Here, guys, don't try to be a hero. Take out your calculator. You have 18 again. Minus 36. Ne? And then it's plus 3 again. And then what do you get? Minus 15. So you have minus 15 plus, oh, it's minus K. And then you have minus 15 minus K, which is going to be 5 again. You want K, how would you get K then?
Minus 15 until I about
and then you have 20, which is going to be equal to minus K again. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, and then it says which K is going to be equal to what? Minus 20. And then this is how we'll approach this question of minimum and maximum.